Hey everybody, this is Coach Tovar with Resilient Running Club, and today we're gonna go over some movements that you can do for every single run. We all have to find a way to warm up. We typically do some very classic stretches that are probably not doing us, very well for what we're about to do. And also, we also find ourselves before the race just trying to grab our legs, and it's also not the best way to warm up. So we're gonna go over some exercises. It's only 5 minutes, and it's gonna warm your body from head to toes and prepare you to start into a little bit of a light jog, and then ease into your run or race. So we're gonna start, like I said, from the head, and we're gonna work our way down. So our first exercise are gonna be neck circles. Neck is very important for running. We tend to carry a lot of tension, so we want to make sure that it's warmed up. The easiest way to warm it up is neck circles. We're going to do 30 seconds in each direction, and I want you to be very present in the movement. Don't rush through it. Really try to get all that range of motion. You should feel a little bit of the stretch in the counter side to your flexion. When you go to the back, try to look up. Try to look to the floor. Have all these little cues to make sure that you're going through the whole range of motion. And you're gonna be doing that for both sides for 30 seconds. That's also gonna help you activate a little bit of your traps. It's a very complete movement, and you're very present while you're doing each motion. Next, we're gonna go with the shoulders. With the shoulders, we wanna make sure that we warm up because we use them for our swing when we're running. And if our shoulders are not really warmed up, we're carrying a lot of that movement with our backs. We get back pain, so we want to make sure that those shoulders are activated. So to do that, we're going to put our fingers together, and we're going to go into a straight line with our arms, making a cross, and we're just going to do shoulder pumps very quickly, up and down. When you go up and down, that is one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. We're gonna do 30. And then we're gonna flip facing up. We're gonna do another 30. As you go through those motions, you're gonna see, we're gonna feel warmth and activation in different parts of your body. The whole point of flipping is that now I'm using another part of the shoulder, and I'm also activating the insertion that I have also with my chest, which is really important. So we're gonna go 30 facing upwards, and then we're gonna open our palms and push to our sides. Again, make sure that you're activating, make sure that you're very present in this motion. Just don't open just like this and have collapsed elbows. Make sure that you're pushing the space away from you. I'm gonna do 30 circles to the front and 30 circles to the back. So for your shoulders, you're gonna have 30 pumps, 30 pumps, 30 circles, 30 circles. So that's taking care not just of your shoulders, but also it's gonna activate the upper portion of your back. It's gonna help activate a little bit all of these muscles that are in the chest area, all the insertions that we have in the clavicle that are so important when we're running. Moving on with the warm-up, we're gonna do thoracic swings. So thoracic swings are very much like the drum set from the Karate Kid, in which we're gonna anchor ourselves. Make sure that you have a little bit of flexion in your knees. A little bit of flexion, not too much. We're not squatting, just a little bit of flexion. And be very grounded. Have a lot of contact with the ground. Make sure that you're putting your weight on your feet. From here, we're gonna hinge at the thoracic spine. So I'm hinging at the bottom of my rib cage. I'm not hinging at my hips. Hips, knees, feet are always in the same position. I'm hinging at the rib cage. Once I have that hinge, follow with your arms. Every time you go to one side and the other side, it's a rep. So this would be 1, 2. A little bit to the side. 1, 2. Note how I'm not moving my knees at all. I'm not flexing and extending. I'm being very still from the waist down, and everything happens in my thoracic spine. This is gonna help me warm up a little bit of the core without taxing it, and also preparing my body for that swinging motion that I need to have in order to improve my running technique and my running economy. All right, falling down our body, we're gonna go now with the hips. I'm gonna do very old-fashioned hip circles. Again, plant your feet hip width apart, and just like with the neck, we're gonna be very, very thorough in covering every single inch of that range of motion. Make sure that your feet stay very well planted and very well grounded, and really try to push with your hips everything around you. We're gonna do 30 circles to each side. And in both sides, it's okay to find that one of them is a bit tighter than other, but for both sides, try to really push the space around you using your hips. All right, and following on, we're gonna do our hip openers. It's very, very important to open the hips. Typically, when we come into a run, we come at the end of our day. If we are training in the afternoon, or if it's a race very early on, we're very tight because we have not moved very much other than getting into the car and getting to the race. So we need to open our hips. So we're gonna do each side separately, also a total of 30 reps like everything else we've done. So we're gonna do 15 hip openers to the outside. So I'm gonna bring my knee to the outside. Again, try to be very, very conscientious about using all that range of motion. And then I'm gonna do another 15 on the opposite direction, bringing my knee from the outside inwards. It's okay if one direction is a little bit more difficult than the other one. It's also okay if one side is more difficult than the other one. We're gonna do that for both sides as well. Remember, 15 out, 15 in. And now that all our body is very engaged and we're very warm, we're gonna move to the hamstring scoops because it's gonna be our last exercise. For the hamstring scoops, it's a little bit more complex. We're gonna make sure that we're hip width apart with our feet. We're gonna move one of our feet forward. The other knee has a little bit of a bend in it. And just like the name says, we're gonna scoop from the hamstrings. So we're gonna reach as low as we can. Try to make sure that you're maintaining good spinal alignment. Don't try to reach more by crunching your upper back. Maintain a very, very aligned back. This is important because it's not about how much I reach, because that's gonna put unnecessary strain in my lower back. It's more so about having good spinal alignment and reaching up to focus that tension or that stretch in our hamstrings and not in our lower back. So it's okay if you don't reach all the way down. That's gonna change day to day and person to person too. So I'm gonna do that again 30 times. And you can also do it as you walk. You can do 1, 2, 2 until you complete your 30 reps. All right? So that's a full body warm up, very easy to do. You can do it before your long runs. You can also do it before a little bit of a tempo run before you head into your actual jogging warm up, for example. Or if you feel tight, it's something you can do at any point in the day, just 5 minutes of your day, and you're gonna have a very good mobility warm up. All right, see you soon.